John Blake and Echo Publishing presents Acting Up, written by Lynne McGranger and read by the author. Forward. If you picked up this audiobook and just realised that my name is actually Lynne McGranger, not Irene Roberts, you're not alone. Happy to answer to both Lynne and Irene, but honestly, I prefer Lynne. You may know me from the diner in Home and Away's fictitious Summer Bay. Or perhaps I taught your son Taekwondo? Or was the receptionist at the chiropractor's? Or worked at the butcher's in Tenterfield? All things I've been accused of. Perhaps you've just seen my mug as you've flicked through the channels on the telly. As a self-confessed accident looking for a place to happen, I've recently taken time to look back on my life to try to make sense of how I've managed to play pretends professionally for over 40 years. If you'd asked me at 18 if I'd ever be the longest-running female cast member on one of Australia's most successful soap operas, I would have laughed a cloud of marijuana smoke in your face. Shocking, I know. And yet, here I am, 29 years deep into Home and Away. From a very young age, I could lie like a chop in gravy. It's not that I was malicious or conniving, I just found that it was an effective way of getting people to feel a certain way about me. It didn't matter if I was passing blame off on one of my friends or leading someone to believe I was a French backpacker. I loved the thrill of crafting a story. It wasn't until I started Teachers College that I made the connection that lying is a lot like acting. After joining the drama club and getting my feet wet, so to speak, I also realised that when you're acting, you get the chance to be all of the things society doesn't want you to be. In my 20s and 30s, I was very much a people pleaser, which is why it was so invigorating to play the mean drunk, the sensual stripper, the sexist 1950s singer, or the meek wife who finally stands up to her domineering husband. When I momentarily gravitated towards comedy, I got to further indulge in the type of self-deprecating humour that borders on catharsis. I finally felt comfortable in my skin both on and off stage. As you listen to my personal and professional decisions in the following pages, it'll quickly become obvious that I'm not a life planner. I didn't grow up with big dreams of being on TV or attending NIDA. I didn't map out a path to an awards podium. The truth is, I'm more of a one day at a time kind of girl. In an industry known for its turbulence and quest for the next big thing, I bet you're wondering how someone like me ends up getting to play the same character for nearly 3 decades. I also bet you're wondering if I still smoke pot. To understand that and to answer your question, we need to go back to Sydney in 1955. Chapter 1. A soap star is born. If there's one universal truth to being a 2-year-old, it's that everything looks big. For me, the Queen's Park tennis court's chain-link fencing was the biggest. Every week, my parents, Bruce and Audrey, would play tennis there, and I'd wander around nearby in my favourite checkered dress. Actually, it's quite possible this was my only dress because my mother sewed like she cooked. Everything was kind of inedible and mostly unwearable. In those days, Dad was a struggling accountant, Mum was at home with me, and the fact that she managed to sew a decent-looking merry-go-round border at the bottom of this dress was truly the stuff of miracles. Anyway, back in 1955, I was peering through one of the diamond-shaped openings in the fence, desperate to see my parents. From birth, I'd been fiercely independent. I loved looking for bugs in the bushes, saying hello to families strolling by, and every now and then catching my dad ace a point with his signature serve. But there I was, sobbing, the definition of a terrified
Sample complete. Ready to continue?